Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the MLB slate on DraftKings and Yahoo for Thursday, April the 11th. I'm going to be covering the 5-game main slate, the night slate. I did make a video for the early slate. There is a 5-game early slate today. If you do want to watch that video, it is on my channel. I uploaded it about an hour or two before I'm uploading this video. Make sure to check that video out if you are planning to play the early slate. We're just going to look at the night slate on this video. Going to go through pitching, talk about some of the pitchers that I like, look at the pitcher player pool. We'll go through 3 hitters that I like, and then we'll talk about some stacks I'm looking to, and at the end we will go over BVP plays as well. For those of you that are interested in BVP, just before we do get started though, guys, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like on the video, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that way you won't miss out on any of my new videos. But starting off at pitcher today, our most expensive pitcher is Jon Gray at 9,300 on DraftKings. He's in a really good matchup on the road in San Francisco in Oracle Park facing the Giants. This Giants team play in one of the more pitcher-friendly parks in Oracle Park, formerly known as AT&T Park. And this is also a Giants team that really is not good offensively and does have plenty of strikeouts in their lineup. They did pick up Tyler Austin, who does have some power, but he will strike out a lot, especially against righties. You can get some strikeouts from Eric Kratz, Samardzija. Even Pilar has an increased K rate versus righties. Longoria strikes out more versus righties than he does against lefties. Solarte is not the best hitter, and he will definitely strike out. So, great spot for Jon Gray. Just a 3.4 implied run total for the Giants. Jon Gray is definitely a pitcher I'm trying to fit into my lineups today. On Yahoo, I really like him over here. He's $38, the third most expensive pitcher. He easily is one of the best pitcher plays on Yahoo when you just factor in his pricing. So love paying up for Jon Gray. Then looking for an SP2 to pair with him. There's 2 guys on DraftKings that really stand out to me. Kevin Gausman and Jeff Samardzija, both at 7,500. On DraftKings, I'm going to roll with Kevin Gausman at the same price tag as Samardzija. But on Yahoo, if we look over here, Gausman is 47, whereas Samardzija is way down here at 29. I like the savings you get going down from Gausman to Samardzija. I think Samardzija makes a ton of sense as a cheap SP2 you can play. And I think you can definitely play both pitchers in this Colorado-San Francisco game. Both teams have low implied run totals. Right now, the game in general has 8 implied run total, 3.6 for the Rockies, 3.4 for the Giants. This is a Rockies lineup that is kind of watered down right now. No David Dahl in the lineup. Josh Fuentes is a rookie they called up, or like a young prospect. Garrett Hampson has not shown really a ton of ability to hit in the majors. Will definitely strike out as well, especially against righties. Tony Walters is not a good hitter at all, and then you have the pitcher in the lineup. So if Samardzija can just get through Blackmon, Arenado, and Story, I think he can definitely easily go through this Rockies lineup. Tapia is not the best hitter either. So I really like Samardzija and Gray from this game. And then going over to DraftKings, looking at Kevin Gausman, I like him as well. When you compare him to Jeff Samardzija, I think Gausman probably has more upside. I would say his matchup is a little bit tougher against the Mets, but Kevin Gausman is a guy that does have a lot of talent, a lot of strikeout ability, and he showed that in his debut against the Marlins in his season opener. Went out there and mowed that Marlins team down with 31 DraftKings points. I think he had 7 strikeouts through like 6 innings. He threw like 90 pitches, so he looks like he's ready to go this year. The fact that he threw 90 pitches in his debut doesn't really give me any concern that he's going to be like on a pinch count. He was coming back from injury, but Gausman should be ready to go out there and throw 90 to 100 pitches again. So I love him on DK, where he's the same price as Samardzija. I would rather play Gausman on Yahoo, where Gausman is 47 and Samardzija is 29. I'll take the savings and play Samardzija for way cheaper. So those are kind of the pitchers I'm looking at. If we want to go to other pitchers, I think you could definitely look to a guy like Nathan Eovaldi at 8,600 against the Blue Jays. It's just such a good matchup for him. Eovaldi's looked pretty bad this year, but the matchup is so good. The Blue Jays have a low implied run total of just 3.9 runs. I think Eovaldi would be another pitcher I would put in my pool. But it's going to definitely start with Gray, Samardzija, and Gausman. Those are the 3 pitchers I'm really leaning on. Then I'll have a little bit of Eovaldi. Might throw in a little bit of Zach Galli, but that's probably where I'm cutting off at pitcher. Those are probably the pitchers I'm going to be looking to play today. But now talking about some bats that we can look to. There's 2 teams that really stand out to me when it comes to stacks. Boston and Atlanta are 2 teams I'm definitely looking to target. So if we go to Atlanta, they definitely have some cheaper bats in their lineup. Josh Donaldson on DraftKings stands out to me, projected at second versus a lefty for just 3.9K. I like him quite a bit at third base. if you do need a value play. Steven Matz has always been a guy throughout his career that has struggled with righties and does give up some power to righties, gives up hard contact to righties. He also does struggle with stolen bases. That's not really something Josh Donaldson is good at, but if we do look at this Braves lineup, besides Donaldson, you do have some speed in this lineup with Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna, Dansby Swanson, Ender Inciarte. These guys will steal on Matz if they do get on base. Matt's very bad at holding runners, so I like those guys quite a bit. I like Donaldson as well. Facing the lefty, getting the platoon advantage. Donaldson has always been better versus lefties than righties. And his bat is starting to wake up a bit as of late. He has gone 3 games in a row with a hit. He's looked better as of late, whereas to start the year, Donaldson was really just not hitting the ball that well. I think we can definitely look to him on DraftKings where he's just $3,900. On Yahoo, though, their pricing's a little bit softer with how cheap their pitcher pricing is, with how cheap Gray and Samardzija is. We don't really need to find a ton of value. We can definitely spin on our bats. So I like spinning up for Ozzie Albies on Yahoo. It's a bit tougher to do that on DraftKings because we're going to talk about 2 expensive outfielders that I like that I'm definitely trying to get into my lineups. And if I play those 2 outfielders on DK, then I'm definitely going to need a value. So that's where Donaldson comes into hand. But on Yahoo, don't need to go with the cheap guys. So I really like Albies leading off. Kind of the same thing goes with Donaldson as it does for Albies. It's good versus lefties. Albies is. He's going to lead off. He hits lefties better than righties. Has a ton of speed as well. So if Albies gets on base, he will steal bases versus Steven Matz. I like him quite a bit at second base. He's definitely one of the top second basemen, if not the top second baseman on this slate. The position, looking at it right now, looks pretty bad. So I'm going to try and pay up for Albies at second base if I can today. But now going to the outfield, 2 plays I like here. One from the Red Sox and then one again from the Braves. So from the Red Sox, Mookie Betts. Since we've got the salary to pay up for bats, I like paying up for Mookie Betts on this slate. Not really much needs to be said about paying up for Mookie Betts. He's one of the best hitters in the league. He's facing Aaron Sanchez, who's a decent pitcher, but not a guy I'm really concerned about, not a guy I'm scared to pick on. 5.2 implied run total for the Red Sox definitely shows that this team should be able to put up some runs here against Aaron Sanchez. So Mookie, Benintendi, even Mitch Moreland, JD, these guys are really good plays today. The Red Sox are one of the top stacks on this slate. And I will definitely be loading up on Red Sox bats. Don't plan on playing any Aaron Sanchez today. So Mookie Betts I like quite a bit if you can pay up for him in the outfield, which you should be able to, especially on Yahoo with how cheap the pitchers are today. And then the other expensive outfielder I like is Ronald Acuna, $5K on DraftKings and $23 on Yahoo. Another guy that I'm really trying to get into my lineups here versus Steven Matz. Great spot for him against a lefty. Acuna, especially as of late, ever since they went to Coors Field, really starting to heat up. Homered twice in 2 games in Coors Field. Now he gets to face Steven Matz, a lefty that gives up a lot of power to righties, gives up home run to righties, and also struggles with stolen bases. And we know if Ronald Acuna gets on base, he will steal bases. He will attempt to steal against Matz. So a lot of upside here for Acuna. Like paying up for him on this slate as well. Definitely him and Mookie are 2 of my top studs on this slate. 2 guys I'm really trying to fit into my lineup if I can. But these are my 5 plays for today, guys. Now we'll go over some stacks that I like, and then we will talk about BVP plays. So for stacks today, I'm really concentrating on just probably 3 teams. The Red Sox, the Braves, those are obviously the top 2 teams I'm looking to. And then I think if you want to go to some Diamondbacks bats versus Pedro Avila, a guy making his first career start, he could definitely struggle here, so I wouldn't mind some D-backs bats. But Red Sox, Braves, that's where I'm really looking to on this 5-game slate. Those are the 2 teams I'm mainly going to be stacking. So let's go ahead and go over BVP real quick before we do end the video. So Jackie Bradley, Andrew Benintendi, both hit Aaron Sanchez well. Jackie Bradley 5 for 16 with a home run. Benintendi 3 for 13 with a home run. Robinson Cano 6 for 15 off of Kevin Gausman. Will Myers 8 for 19 with a home run off of Zach Godley. Samardzija has struggled against some of these Rockies bats, but I would imagine a lot of that has to do with Coors Field. But Blackman's gone 10 for 34 with the home run. Nolan Arenado 13 for 33. And Ian Desmond 10 for 27 with 2 home runs. And then lastly, Brandon Belt has hit John Gray 3 for 12 with a home run. So those are BVP plays for today, guys. I think that is it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully it did help you. Like I did say at the beginning, if you are planning to play this early slate, the 5-game early slate, I did make a video on that, so if you want to check that out, you can go just look on my channel, it'll be there. uploaded it a couple hours before I uploaded this one. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you click that like button before you get out of here. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already, and if you do have any questions, feel free to leave any questions down in the comments section below. Or like always, you can hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you watching the videos. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.